counterculture, and we are Go Shop Local.
The purpose of our group is to connect small business owners with the Las Vegas locals while creating a network of like-minded professionals to share strategies and support within an online community.
Our mission is to encourage you to get out and go shop local.
Hey, Go Shop Local. Me and Ben are here, and we are back. Today we are with Devin and Andrew. They are here with Sin City Concealment. And hey, guys, how's it going?
Good.
Hey, how are you?
How are you?
Doing good, doing good.
Hey, thanks, Devin and Andrew, for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Go Shop Local group. We have, so what they do is they're Sin City Concealment. I believe they design custom holsters for your handguns and maybe some other things. So without further ado, let me introduce Andrew and Devin. And then how are you guys, first of all? Sorry about that.
Doing great.
Doing good.
Yeah, doing great.
Good. So go ahead and, if you can, give us a little background of what your company does and what service you provide.
Okay. So virtually what we do is we make concealed holsters for firearms. And so what that means is when you buy a firearm, you need a place to store your firearm securely and safely. So what we do is we make Kydex holsters. Are you familiar with Kydex?
Yes,
No.
sir. Yeah, the
I'm not.
hard kind of plastic.
Okay. So yeah, so it virtually is a plastic material, as you see. And it's actually made up of polyacrylic and vinyl. And what it does is you're able to heat it up and form it over a mold to get yourself a holster, you know.
Wow, cool.
Yeah, so all these are made by hand, and they're virtually all made by me or, you know, another employee of ours. My Devin takes care of, you know, the books.
I do the books.
Yeah.
He's bad at all that.
Yeah, I don't do that kind of stuff. You know, but she has got out there before and had to help me drill out like 30-something holsters one time because it was just very overwhelming.
That's what a teammate does. Teammate does.
Exactly. So we virtually, you know, started this. I've been making holsters for a while, but I never really kind of took it seriously until, you know, we met and we were sitting down at, you know, breakfast one day, and I'm just like, you know, we can do this. She goes, so she hops on her phone and starts, you know, doing the social media thing. And next thing I know, we're just, you know, watching these orders come in. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that works. So it just kind of, you know, took off from there, where we realized that we have a good product. We have a good, we have a great product, actually. And we have a great team, you know, partnership too, where it's like she would get on social media and, you know, post, telling me to post and, you know, telling me to get in the shop, get my ass in the shop and make sure these holsters are going out in a timely manner.
Accountability.
Yeah. So, you know, we're still, you know, we're still perfecting it and, you know, trying to make sure that people get the best customer service possible when it comes to ordering stuff from us.
Absolutely. That's great. So how long have you guys been seriously doing this? And you do outside the whole, you know, outside holsters and concealment holsters, all types of different things for the customers?
So here's the thing. How we design our holsters, we invest in tooling. We invested a lot of money in tooling. So what that means is that when I first started making holsters, it was, you know, a piece of Kydex. And if you don't know what a piece of Kydex is, this is a piece of Kydex. This is what it looks like before a holster is made. It's a flat sheet that I heat up and form over a mold. So back when we first started, it would take me hours to make one holster. Yeah. And I was like, you know, hours equals time equals money. So you got to figure out a way to generate a good product in a timely manner that you can get the best possible price at. So what I started doing is investing in tooling. So that got into, you know, CAD, doing the, you know, doing CAD work, getting molds done on the CNC made out of aluminum rather than a blue gun or somebody's gun that has been taped up and rolled over a piece of foam. Mm-hmm. So this is where we're at now. This is our molds. These are T6 aluminum. These things are amazing. The dimensions are perfect. So what this does, it gives you a precise product every single time. You know, there's no, you know, when you're carrying a firearm, you can't have anything off in it. So a holster is very important. So that's why we got to this right here.
which means
which means
we don't have like every firearm that someone might have. We don't have every firearm that we do carry as an inside the waistband and an outside the waistband, just because the molds are very specific to every single gun. So
no, that's good to know. That's
bring it back.
Yeah, no, that's good to know. Yeah, so as far as COVID-19, and with your business model and kind of how you found your niche, it sounds like you have found a niche that, for some of the unfortunate businesses that we've talked to kind of taken a dip, but I know that there's been a huge spike, when we had the toilet paper shortage, everybody running for, to buy weapons and all the different things because it was all this weird stuff. So, we do, and I know we're experiencing a record amount of sales and handguns and all types of guns. So how has that affected you guys? Obviously in the positive, how's that helped or went against your business?
It's definitely helped our business tremendously. Obviously, when somebody buys a handgun, because virtually, like she said, we specific guns. So if we have that handgun that they have, we obviously want to give them a good holster for it. So it definitely spiked our business. We definitely had more time to keep our lead times low, where we can get holsters out the door in a timely manner, because nobody wants to wait a very long time for a holster. So it really just was a great opportunity for us to create a strategy, work on getting stuff out the door, and it just helped us out. Having the time really helped us out to sit back and be like, this is what we want to do.
Yeah, we're both bartenders, so being laid off, we were able to really focus on the business, which was good. We also, we had the extra time to really talk to people, and a lot of people in our circles or friends of friends and stuff like that, they know how much of a gun guy he is. So people were reaching out to him, asking him, these are the guns that I've been looking into. What do you recommend? Stuff like that. And, he could tell them, this gun's great. This gun's great for the purpose of, you're a smaller girl. You don't want a gun that's going to take your arm off. So he's been able to also recommend guns that he knows fit the person, but then also he can kind of tell him, we do the 10% off discount for locals, because we're Las Vegas locals. I've been here my whole life. He's been here for 12 years. So he's been able to give the discounts on that, recommend certain guns, and then also tell people and I have a holster for this gun, and these are the colors that I offer, and these are, the custom kydex that we can do. If you're a huge, the Rams, we have some guy that's a huge Rams fan. So he got kydex that was just Rams print everywhere. So it's, we've been able to make them custom for people that we know and mutual friends. And that's helped our business a lot, because we've not been at our 9 to 5. So it's been easier to have those conversations with people.
Yeah. Nice. It's definitely, COVID is a very sad thing for a lot of people. And then obviously, being bartenders and stuff, we did lose that 9 to 5 job that was hard. And, we kind of sat back and I kind of looked at her and I'm like, well, we're, sink or float. So we're gonna float, and we're gonna keep pushing this product and make sure that, people know about us. And so during that, we created a bigger base of customers and loyal clients to ourselves. That people you'll see me, I'm on my phone all the time, always making sure that I'm writing people back, because I get tons of direct messages, emails, and stuff that, people asking questions. Even if I don't offer their handgun for the holster they need, I still want to guide them in a great direction that they should go, and if I don't have it, there's other people who make really good products too that, I can send their way, and other small businesses.
Absolutely. Well, no, what you brought up earlier, and I want to kind of touch on this because I think it kind of pulls that in together, is, what you guys were doing and what you were saying is, some of us, we didn't let this pandemic hinder us. We're gaming bartenders, we're, all types of different places. it doesn't mean we have to be at home and helpless and eat our sorrows away and different things. You know, everybody talks about the time that we wish we had because we're too busy and this and that. Well, what did you really do to utilize that time? And the message is that you guys are, I think, saying is, you know, we're not going to sit on our hands, and we're not going to allow this to dictate, you know, our lively the way we live. But also too, it looks like you kind of looked at the situation and goes, where's the need in this situation? And you found a need that you are very passionate about, that people trust you in. And I think that's kind of a way that people need to approach maybe their small businesses. Again, look at what you really are good at, what you're passionate at, that can be kind of, you know, seen by whoever, your friends or whatever. And like you said, I'm going to do it faster, I'm going to do it cheaper, and I'm going to have a better quality product. You have those, that recipe right there. I think, and I've seen that time and time again, bring the success and keep them either at least, you know, on an equal playing field, if not kind of skyrocket them. And to touch on the engagement part, like you said, you've been taking the time to reach out to your customers, you know, whether, you know, some of our other customers, D'Agostino's, and some of our other customers, to keep engagement, they're, you know, creating recipes and having their people at home, you know, cook with them. So it keeps them relative and keeps them in mind. So you interacting with them and helping them, whether they're buying a product from you or not, I think ensures trust. And then when they are ready to go that route, I think they know who they're going to go to.
Exactly. No, that is the biggest thing for sure.
Absolutely. So basically the question I'm trying to ask is, going forward with the COVID-19, is there any regulations that are being put in place that your business individually or your niche is having to adapt to ensure safety one way or another?
So when it comes to like COVID and safety, well, let me answer your first question. So we are e-commerce. So everything we do is going to be website. We have a website. We do personal orders via Messenger, DM, emails. We send out invoices to people who contact us and ask us questions. We have a workshop on our property that I work in, you know, an office that she, you know, writes all the thank you cards, does all the books, makes sure that I know exactly what I have to do for that day. So we're not hindered in the fact that we don't have, you know, this, you know, huge workshop where people have to, you know, we have to limit the number of employees because we keep it small. Safety, all that, we make sure to wipe everything down with, you know, Lysol, make sure that we're wearing gloves, make sure everything is sanitized before it goes out the door, you know, to make sure people feel safe when they're getting that, you know, that product that they need, you know. So that was something that we started doing, you know, right when this kicked off.
No, that's good. It's, you know, and, you know, everybody can think what they want to think, but let's, you know, take the most precautions we can, ensure safety to our customers. We want them to be a repeat customer. You know, we want to just make sure that we're being responsible. So, you know, that's great to know for some of the customers that might be, you know, wondering where these holsters are coming from and how many hands it touches. So, good to know. So last question, we usually ask this to most of our businesses because we're trying to make sure that small businesses have the strategies and the different mindsets, you know, whether it's a business strategy, a support system. So if we could ask you one question as far as, do you have any advice for any entrepreneurs that are looking to take the leap as you did? You guys said that you are gaming bartenders, but then again, use this time to kind of create your own business. And it seems like you want to create a certain type of life and lifestyle for yourself. And there's a lot of people out there that might be scared to do that because they have bills to pay and different things. So, you know, maybe this is a blessing in disguise for some people, but what would you share as a strategy or as a positive that you can share with another business owner to say, this is how we made it and this is what we're doing and this is how we keep going forward, whether it's, you know, support or whatever it could be?
I'll answer one part of it. You can answer the second part. Okay. So I would say the most important thing in strategy when it comes to starting a small business is money management. Putting your money where you need it the most. You know, our money is in molds. And that was something when I first started, I had to learn. I, you know, spent a lot of money on stuff I really didn't need. Let's say like, you know, apparel and all that stuff. Yeah, you want to build a brand, but your brand is in your product, your main product. So if I would have spent more money on, you know, earlier with perfecting different molds and getting different firearms, you might be a little bit we'd probably be a little bit higher right now. But the fact that I was like, oh, I want to buy, this, and this, and this, well, that cut into the funds that I needed for the most important part of the business. So now we have, we're backtracking that, and we're taking the money that we are making and putting it back into the most important product, which is the holsters. So money management, hands down, money management, and understanding that this is the most important thing in the world when it comes to a small business.
Sure.
Your phone, how you talk to your customers, customer service, engagement. Like, it's kind of like when somebody writes you, write them back. I don't care if you have 500 to 100,000 followers. If you're selling a product, you need to be on there and making sure that these people know you are there. Mm-hmm. So that is one of my biggest things I can tell any small business. It's just customer engagement, customer service, and understanding where your money needs to go.
And then I would add on to that, kind of spin off what he said. You don't have to quit your job to start your business. You can, gaming bartenders, a lot of us only work 3 or 4 days. I work 3 days at Chris's place. I work 2 days at Stoney's. So I have 5 days out of my week that I'm going to a 9-to-5 job. But on those 2 days that you have off, or those few hours before you go into work, promote yourself. It's literally as simple as, if people look at you and they know you as the gun guy, he's known as the gun guy. So when all of this stuff happened and people were curious about who to talk to and everything like that, they just watched him promote himself for a year straight about, if you have any questions, if you want to go shooting with us, if you have to ask me about holsters or just what gun fits your body. He already established himself as that on his 2 days off a week. So it helps. If people know you're that person, they might not need it in the moment, but if it ever comes up, they know who to talk to.
Yeah. So pretty much time management.
For sure.
Time management. Another big thing. Yeah. Time management. It's hard. It is hard to, work your 5 days a week, or 4 days a week, or 8 hours or 6 hours, and come home and want to do something else. But it's
But with that, if you can promote your bar shift, which we all do, you can promote your company. But you have to believe in yourself. That was the biggest thing when I met him, and I kind of lit the fire under his ass a little bit. It was because he didn't believe in himself. He didn't. It was easier for him to just go to his 9-to-5, 5 days a week, and do this on the side. But you didn't really full on do this until you started believing in yourself. So it's scary. It's terrifying. But if you can, if you can pay your bills on your 5 day a week, on your 2 days off, make an Instagram post. You got to promote, and you got to believe in yourself.
Absolutely. So I think you just told us, and I think without you even knowing, you just showed us what the recipe for success is,
sure.
What you guys have going on with each other. So, with small business, we all want to have it perfect. We all want to have it exactly how we have it in our head, but sometimes that's not the way to go. So as what you were saying, imperfect action kind of gets the ball started. You can always make it better. You can always improve, but you actually have to get it going. A thought and an idea only goes so far without implementation. And actually, again, I always preach putting one foot in front of the other. It will get you there, but you have to take that first step. Whatever that first step, it might be a small win. It might be the littlest insignificant thing. But, I think a lot of people really have to dig deep and really look at themselves and say, am I really too busy, or am I just not, like you said, managing my time correctly? And this is a perfect example. If anybody can say that they came out of this quarantine a better person, amen, because that's a beautiful thing. Most people, felt sorry for themselves and did what they had to do to survive. And that's okay for some people, and that's how some people are going to be. But I think for you to be a winner and somebody that at least takes a chance, make that imperfect action. Like you said, you already figured out some of the things that you would want to change, but guess what? This is where you got you, and now you know. And I think every small business owner has to, trial and error
100%
through those woes. So,
yeah.
Well, thank you guys. You guys have, again, are the epitome of the small business model, and showing everybody that, hey, if they can do it, we can do it. We can all do it. It's just a matter of, all the things that you guys have already told our viewers to kind of give them maybe a starting point. So, thank you guys. In leaving you guys, do you have anything that you want to let your customers know? Any kind of offers that you are offering, just to kind of say, hey, reach out to us. We want to talk to you and get to know you.
Yeah,
Is there anything
absolutely.
you want to leave us with?
Yeah, definitely. If anyone is curious about holsters, if you have questions about guns, anything like that, send us a message on Instagram, write us on Facebook. I don't think you can make messages on SinCityConcealment.com.
Yeah, there's actually a contact us page on there that I put on there. So, you can get on there and contact us. Any locals will take care of you. Pretty much anybody will take care of. We
like to talk to people. Give us something to do. So if you reach out to us, we always give 10% out if you're local, if you're a first responder, if you're a friend of a friend. We like to talk to people. So
that's the old. I think that's the old Vegas way.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all about taking care of people out here.
Yeah, 100%. So.
And out of curiosity, guys, are you guys going back to work next week? And how you are going back? What does the future look like for Sin City Concealment? Are you guys going to be super busy kind of handling both of them, or what do you think it's going to look like?
I will probably go back to, this is something that we discussed probably 3 or 4 times a day,
Everybody's thinking about it.
Because it all goes back to that time management. Yes, it is great when you're your bartender or server or anybody in this industry, when you go, you make this much money here at this place but you work for somebody else, or you go to your side business and you're like, oh wow, I'm making this over here, and now I can combine them and I have so much extra funds to push into my business. So I will probably go down to a limited schedule. At my bartending job, I'll go
amazing.
I'll go down to a limited schedule, so I can really focus on building, and then she will eventually probably follow suit in the near future. But we're going to try to keep everything virtually the same. If you lose a couple more hours of sleep a night, you can't get on, scroll through your social media platforms as much because you're working harder. That's okay. I'm going to do that because I want to succeed, and, we want to succeed. We want to build this. We want to, really, get out there and make this thing happen.
Yeah, luckily I work swing shift, so we can't make holsters from later on in the night anyways. It's too loud for everyone around our warehouse, so we just we'll work in the morning and then I'll go to work and we'll be all right.
It's working a double job. What I tell people this, if you're going to start a business and it's your business and you have another job, right, whether you work a day job or a night job, if you take that time and run it like it's somebody else is telling you what to do, you're going to get it done. Because if you work 2 jobs, that means you have 2 bosses. Well, it's the same thing.
Yeah, I'm his boss, so it's fine. I make him clock in and clock out, and it's fine.
Exactly. So just run it like it's another job. You're not going to call out of your other job because you need to, obviously it all comes down to making money and doing what you got to do. So that's my biggest advice. Just get it done. Time management.
Yeah, and me and Ben, we're partners too, and I think having a partner, in your business helps a lot too. Me and Ben say that all the time, that if we didn't have each other to push each other, we'd probably I went back to work full time last week, so we've been doing the same thing, working at night, working in the day. So
and that's the biggest thing. And then knowledge is power. There's so many greats out there that you can listen to on your podcast or anything where you can just sit back and listen to how these people did it. I listen to these people all the time and how they do it. It's sometimes very generic. You listen to get up, get it done, and then man, I'm tired.
Hustle.
Yeah, exactly. Lion poster on the wall, make success happen. You are your biggest, enemy, and you can make or break yourself. You just got to get out there and do it.
Yeah, well, no, like you say, if you want to learn clues, success leaves clues. So Look at the people that are doing and that are successful, take note and apply it to what you got, and you won't be too far off,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. Well, thank you guys.
Thanks so much, guys.
Of course.
Thank you.
All right.
We'll post everything in the show notes, guys. So we'll have all the links and everything to their Instagram, to their website, everything that you guys need, so you guys can check out Sin City Concealment.
Well, we appreciate that.
Thank you
guys
guys
so much.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
y'all. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
All right, cool.
All right,
Thanks
thanks,
for watching the interview, guys. Be sure to join the group and subscribe to learn more about small businesses like Sin City Concealment. And remember to get out and go shop local. See you next time.